Yeah, man. And talking about organizations drafting young, we kind of wanted to do this as our random topic of the day. What's like the best? Who do you think is going to be the best rookie quarterback coming out of this draft? Because they had a lot of guys coming out of this draft. My personal pick is going to be the guy from North Dakota State that went to San Francisco. I think that he is going to have a fantastic career there. He fits into their offense. It's literally the same offense he ran at North Dakota State. So I think Trey Lance is going to have a bright future there. I don't think he starts right away. I think he's going to have a couple years to develop under Jimmy Garoppolo. But if Jimmy Garoppolo starts doing poorly this year, they're just going to stick him in there. I mean, they want to win. They got a good team. But who do y'all who y'all think is going to be your rookie QB of the year?
I don't know. I think it has to be. I don't want to go with the easy out, but I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a really good first year. I think he's going to have the most productive year because he's definitely got, I feel like, the starting job locked down. I feel like you were saying with Lance, he's who I'm most excited to see play, for sure. How much he will play, I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of that like middle of the road guy, kind of, you know. It all depends on whether if he played good enough competition at North Dakota State. I mean, he played a lot of great defenses, especially in that conference that he's in. He played Nichols in the playoffs, which has a fantastic defense, and he did very well against them. And he's won multiple national championships, which are hard to win at any level. I don't care, what anybody tells you. It's just as hard to win a national championship in the FCS as it is in the in D1 in normal D1 college football.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the talent's not there, but yeah, I think you're right. He's an interesting guy.
I don't know if that really makes so much a difference for them. I mean, you still have to put the ball in people's hands, right? I mean, Did he have any stud wide receivers in North Dakota? I don't know. Maybe, but he still has to get the ball there. He didn't throw his first interception until his second season, I think, playing.
Which was one game.
UCLA. Yeah, in that one game, he threw an interception. I know there have been a couple things maybe about his accuracy. I think that's like the one knock some people are having on him. I mean, for a guy that I don't know his ceiling. I'm not sure we know what his ceiling is because he played 17 games, 16, 17 games in college. It's hard to know. There's a lot out there. A lot up in the air with him. I'm excited.
I think the biggest difference for him is just going to be like not reading. He's going to have that kind of next level defense that he really hasn't seen. A lot of FCS teams run very basic packages. So when you start disguising coverages, that might throw him off. But he did very, very well, in the FCS. So I'm excited for him. But
no college quarterback coming in is ready to read NFL defenses. It's just a completely different game. And so, I mean, it's not fair to say because he's from North Dakota State that he's not. I mean, nobody is.
Right.
But
yeah, I think it's a good point.
Yeah. My sleeper pick for, I guess not really much of a sleeper, but I have a hard time thinking that Justin Fields isn't going to be a good player this year. I'm not saying the Bears are going to be great, but I think he ended up at a good spot for him, honestly, because he's going to go in there. He's going to get early playing time. He gets to have a veteran quarterback like Andy Dalton, who can help him out a little bit, who's kind of got a similar playing style, a little bit mobile, can move around a little bit, strong arm, accurate. I mean, they're vaguely similar. But it's just, I think that he's set up well to have a decent rookie season.
I think you're right, man. And I also think that, I mean, the people of Chicago are excited, man. I mean, they finally got their guy on the draft board, man. Every time they want to go get somebody else, they just pick some Mitchell Trubisky that no one's ever heard about or anything like that. So, man, I am happy for Bears fan in that sense. I think they've got an interesting roster over there. They've got a great defense. I think it's going to take a couple years for that offense to get going, though. I think maybe he might have a good year.
They drafted some O-linemen, I believe. Their O-line was a big issue. Their run game is a big issue. I think they were worse in the NFL in running. So they've got some things they got to figure out. But if they can put some weapons around him and take some of the pressure off of him that he has coming in, I think he can be really successful.
So what do you think? What do you guys think about Trevor Lawrence going to the Jaguars and having Tim Tebow there, either as like a mentor kind of guy, or as maybe just a guy in the background?
Tim Tebow's a PR guy. He's a jersey sales guy.
I think you're right.
He's there to put butts in seats.
Yeah, dude. I think he might have like a Taysom role kind of, Taysom Hill kind of role in him, maybe.
I don't think he's gonna play at all.
Personally, I'll be surprised if he makes it out of training camp. Maybe because he's Urban's guy and Urban wants to help him out, but
he'll make the team. I think he'll be on the roster just so they can sell jerseys and they can put it for advertising and to fill the stadium. He'll make the team, but I don't think he'll play.
Yeah.
Or be anything worth noting. I mean, he's a good locker room guy, probably.
Yeah, probably
he would be a very good presence in the locker room, I could see.
So what do you think about Trevor Lawrence there? Because he's really the guy that is their future. I don't think there's any question that Tebow or Trevor Lawrence, who's going to start. It's going to be clearly Trevor Lawrence. So what do you think of his future?
Tebow's playing tight end.
Oh yeah, dude, Tebow's playing tight end without a doubt. They came out and said that he's not going to run any quarterback reps at all. Did they say that?
Well, no. I mean, he was signed as a tight end.
Yeah,
he's wearing number 85.
Yeah, that's not even in the question. Him playing any QB, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to be playing any significant snaps, but kind of the way that the Saints used Taysom Hill, put him out there, let him run Q power or something like that.
I think they signed him straight up as he's wearing 85.
Yeah, so I mean, he is a tight end. I don't think that with that. I mean, I know that they changed the number rules, but I know at least in the old rules you couldn't take a snap with that jersey. So that is that's the designation right there, I guess, a tight end. So
my question is, besides publicity with bringing him in, does Urban maybe bring him in to, I don't know, maybe not mentor, but talk Trevor Lawrence through that first year? Being a guy coming in with a lot on his shoulder, a Heisman candidate, all that good stuff. I wonder if he brings Tebow in maybe just to coach up and talk up Trevor Lawrence a little bit, maybe on everything going into it. I was just wanting to pick y'all's brain with that, if y'all thought maybe that's a possibility at all.
Yeah, dude, I think that's a genius idea. I mean, I think that's what they're doing. I think the jersey sales are another plus to that. It helps justify it. To like the front office and stuff. But when I look at Urban Meyer and I'm looking at the kind of guy that he wants Trevor Lawrence to learn from, there is no better guy than Tebow. He's a great human being. He's a natural born leader. He may not be the best quarterback on the planet, but I think that when you're talking about the culture and like the mindset you need to win, Tebow would be a fantastic mentor. I love that question. I think that's exactly what he's doing.
I don't know. I think it's purely PR business. I don't think it's to impact Trevor Lawrence. I mean, maybe it has a residual impact on Trevor Lawrence as far as a good locker room presence, but Tebow's been out of the league for 5-6 years now. He didn't really do much in the league. So I don't think it's much of a veteran leadership thing. I think it's purely because it creates hype around a Jaguars team that desperately needs some hype.
That needs any kind of attention.
That could be it, yeah.
I mean, I think it's. I just don't. I don't see Tim Tebow becoming a real key figure on that thing, and I don't think Urban Meyer really is a guy that would value that much. I mean, look at the guys that have been on Urban Meyer's teams. I mean, he's been surrounded by criminals, so I don't think he's not. So I don't think it's a culture move. I think it's purely PR, and I think it's smart. I mean, they're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, probably going to put butts in seats, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah. Blake, what's your thoughts?
On Tim?
Yeah, or Trevor Lawrence, or you never named your quarterback you wanted to be that you thought was going to be good.
I mean, I don't think this rookie draft class QBs is going to live up to the hype. I mean, I think Ian Book has just as good of a chance as the rest of them. I mean, obviously Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are going to get more of a chance, but I don't think Trevor Lawrence I mean, he's just set up to fail.
Yeah, I mean the number one pick usually is.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
just-
at the Jaguars too. That's gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, I don't, and I never really got, like, I know he's like the perfect mold and everything for like a perfect quarterback, but he just never really impressed me that much. Like, he never did like otherworldly things like Burrow or Cam Newton or Andrew, people like that did. You know what I'm saying? He
I
just
don't,
never.
I don't know, man. He made it to how many national championships in his time? I think he made it to 3 or 4. No, 3, right?
He made it to 2 in a row, and then this last year they got stomped by Ohio State. And you
I
know,
think I think his curse is he's not very outspoken. He doesn't have a swagger like Joe Burrow is. He kind of does it and then kind of just shuts up. I don't know if that's why.
He does it against.
I agree with Blake. I find Trevor Lawrence harder to believe in than Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow did everything with a certain swag and everything. Trevor Lawrence has just done it and not flown under the radar, but he's just been very quiet with it.
But he's doing it. If Joe Burrow was, look who Joe Burrow was doing that against. That's my biggest thing is that like Joe Burrow played what in that crazy season? What 7 top 10 teams
7
and
top,
beat him?
Yeah.
and he beat the preseason number 1, 2, 3, and 4 team.
I mean,
Greatest team of all
Clemson doesn't
time.
get tested until the national championship.
I'm not
This
trying
was
to
a
make
rare
comparisons.
year because Notre Dame was in the ACC, and they
Right.
got a little bit of a test. But like, they just don't play the level of competition that these other SEC quarterbacks are playing.
Like, I think Mac Jones will probably be better than Trevor Lawrence.
I was about to ask how we feel about Mac Jones. Wait, he landed at the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that QB
I
competition
mean,
goes.
could not have
with
been a
him and
better
Cam.
spot for him to go.
Without a
realistically.
doubt. Without a doubt. It's
Yeah,
also
Patriots. Go ahead.
okay. I was gonna say it's also because, dude, Bill Belichick and Nick Saban are really, really good friends. I don't know if you all knew that, but they are like fantastic
Yeah, they are.
friends. So for him to go and get an Alabama quarterback means that Nick Saban is really high on this guy, and he is trusting his, one of his best friends in the world. So I mean, I think that says a lot about Mac Jones and the kind of faith that Bill Belichick has in this guy.
I just don't Mac Jones was just throwing to wide open receivers. I know it's an old out like it's an argument that doesn't carry a lot of weight, but I just can't get past it. Like everybody he was throwing to was wide open.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
And
isn't it? What was the stat? Like how whatever many percentage of his throws, like they had like 6 yards of space or something crazy like that.
90% of his completions, the receiver had 4 or more yards of separation.
That's absolute insanity.
That's crazy. And dude, just think about the receiving cores he's had too. I mean, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy.
He's throwing to 4 first-round picks.
Henry Ruggs,
I mean, it makes
Devonta Smith.
you could just keep going. Start naming backups
Yeah.
who are going to be first-round picks in a couple of years too. Like we
Exactly.
could keep going on that. I
Let
mean,
me ask y'all